My name's Hannah, and I've been with Powerhouse Project since I was 9 years old. And that's because my dad actually lost both of his legs to diabetes.
Amelia here is living with a rare genetic disorder, a peroxisome biogenesis disorder in the Zellweger spectrum. It's pretty rare, but because of that, she's deaf-blind. So that's the situation.
My name is Michelle Lewis. I'm the Executive Director of Young Caregivers Association. We are a registered charity with a focus on supporting young caregivers. Young caregivers are family caregivers that have a loved one with illness or disability. They are the children and youth in the home that help with the caregiving of their loved one. Our work began in 2003 through collaboration of community agencies, research, and young caregivers, with the focus on figuring out how we can identify and support these kids in our community. In 2008, we received healthcare funding to run our Powerhouse program, which is the program that directly supports the young caregivers and their families.
Growing up, no kid really wants to just be at home and kind of miss out on all those childhood kind of opportunities. Around 9, I got involved with Powerhouse Project, and ever since I've been spending my free time with them.
So young caregivers help their families out in many different ways. It could be sibling with autism or mental health or developmental needs, a parent with MS or cancer, grandparent with dementia. There's all kinds of reasons why these kids in their home step up and help out with the adult responsibility and the caregiving.
I like that the Powerhouse, with Paul growing up so young in it, and hopefully we'll follow it through until he's a young adult, he can realize that his situation might not be typical, but he's not alone. He's got all these other children who face the same issues of being a young carer, and hopefully he won't feel so isolated.
They help with practical things like just helping run the house, the chores, or financially contributing to help the family be successful. They also can help with the medical care and that hands-on caregiving of bathing and grooming and giving medications for their loved ones. And then there's the emotional impacts. We know that these kids can be the cheerleaders in their homes, trying to keep everybody upbeat and being the ones who are holding the hands of their loved ones who need them in their times of need.
In elementary school, I didn't do a lot of sports. I didn't do a lot of after-school activities because I'd have to go straight home after. I had responsibilities, whether it's helping my dad put his prosthetics on in the morning or just making sure he gets his insulin shots. And I'd usually, I think since the age of 9, I learned how to kind of give it to him, his pills, and then dressing him in the morning, etc. And then on the other hand, my mom too actually, she has heart problems. So not too long ago, she actually had a heart attack.
We really pay attention to the stories and to the input that they have on the direction of our organization. A lot of that's done through our youth advisory committees. And through that story sharing, we hear their experiences when they're out in the world with their loved ones, when they're in hospitals or in medical appointments, translating for their loved ones, or being the only caregiver there in the room while their loved one's at an appointment or in the emergency room in time of crisis. We have weekly respite programs that are usually for the ages of 5 to 14 years. And it's a time to get out of the house and take a break for themselves and learn skills that they can take home with them when they're in a time of need. They can remember what they learned at Powerhouse to help them through a particular situation or moment.
So thankful for the Powerhouse because it's like a little respite program for Paul. They've taught him self-care, like to meditate, take time for himself.
Those run in 6 communities, so we serve about 100 kids a week just through our weekly respite program. In the summertime, we run summer camps in 6 communities. They're a week long, and that's really about, again, respite during the summer and having a summer camp experience, because camps can be expensive. We also run special programs that are focused on life skill development, so we listen to our kids and hear of the different things that they have to deal with at home or things that they're handling, and we make sure we have programs that are designed to help them through that or teach them skills and meet their needs that way.
If I remember the program, it was a meal prep situation where you learned actually how to cook healthy meals for you and for your family when you need it. And then we actually moved on to sports and then yoga, ways to release stress, which were I found best were meditation and then the yoga. And I learned all of that through Powerhouse.
With our rebrand and new organization of Young Caregivers Association, our focus is on helping more kids and expanding what we know. developing more resources and making them available for folks across Canada, people who are working with young caregivers, educators, healthcare workers, social workers, community agencies, anyone who's working with children, youth, and families. We want to expand what we know, expand our reach, expand our knowledge, share resources so that more young caregivers across Canada are acknowledged and supported.